How about this food fight? Look at how nice this particular one came out. I gotta tell you where we got this from. We got this machine out of somebody's house. They did a trade-in. When we got down the steps, we couldn't believe how beautiful it was. We had to do just a little touch-up on the artwork, but the original control panel overlay was beautiful. The big problem was the joystick had rotted away. There's a rubber bellows in this, and that had gone completely away. So I had to order the last 2 rubber bellows that were made, original new old stock. And we just got one in, we put it in, now the joystick's perfect. But let me show you the really neat thing. When we open the back of this machine up, this is what we call the pot of gold. Whoever owned the machine purchased a whole bag of spare parts for the special joystick. Only this machine uses this joystick. The bellows was used on Battlezone and Red Baron in this game. But this special electronic joystick was only used. Now, I put this in the back of the machine again so you could see me pull it out, but this is going to stay in our stock shelf because these have got to be the last brand new parts on planet Earth for this machine. And of course, we'll keep them for the next one. Look at what we did in here. We have a new capacitor. They call that the Atari Big Blue. Bob Roberts sells them. He also sells the cap kits for the power supply. We changed all the capacitors. We cleaned and serviced the circuit board here, so that's running great. TV, the Electra Home G07. Got a new flyback, of course, and all new capacitors, and we also did the jumpers, and we changed a resistor in the vertical circuit too for good measure. Put a brand new heavy-duty one. We've put yellow T-molding on this to set it off. The original factory one had black. You know what's really awful? They only made about 1,900 of these, the full-size uprights. Do you know how many were converted to Altered Beast? They would toss the joystick. How many of these games were converted? We come across some painted black. You see, the cutout on this is very distinctive. So when we come across one of these machines that was converted to a Golden Axe, a Trivia Whiz, we're like horror struck because they painted the cabinet black all over this beautiful artwork. So few of these machines are left. The original monitor glass is in great shape. The marquee looks great. That only need a little touch up. I want to show you this joystick. This is the first. Now, I will correct the YouTube video. I'll put a little box up. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what. If you see a box appear over here, if somebody tells me this isn't true, I will put the correct information. I believe this is the first solid-state joystick to be made for a game. This is 1982. When I move that joystick, you can see me moving it around. It's moving these little potentiometers. Do you see how they move? So left, right, up, and down. And then the rubber is right here. I know you can't see it, but it's right there, a brand new piece of rubber, and that moves around. It feels really, really good. A good quality feel to it. And you actually calibrate it electronically. This machine, oh, I even forgot to show you that, Frank. Let's see, look at that. I'm not having much luck.
As usual.
As usual. All right, I'll just put one latch on. Wait a minute, come back here again, Frank. I forgot to show them. This is the first arcade game to use, I'll have to plug it now, to use a 68,000 processor. Look at the size of that baby. Gauntlet used it too, but Food Fight was the first official use of that gigantic processor. And one of the neat features you're going to see in a minute that this game can do. I'll tell you that a little more about that in a second. 1,900 of these were made. We're not sure if the 1,900 includes the full size and the smaller cabaret. There was a short one that had a smaller cabinet. I only had 2 of them pass through, and I actually sold them both. I don't know where they went before I started collecting cabarets. So I'm actually still missing a Food Fight cabaret from my collection. The cabarets, we understand, were made mainly for export to Ireland, where all the Ireland machines were smaller. Not quite sure why. And guess what? There's only 100 cocktail tables. And I'm sure at most there's 1 or 2 or 3 left in the whole world. they were also converted. Because you had this beautiful cocktail. So you see, the game never caught on. Never caught on. You know, there's 125 levels of play. 125. But I understand from what I read, once you get to level 80, you can't really do much of anything. But I'm going to show you how great I can play this game. I'm going to show you the special feature. If you have a lot of close calls, a game will play an instant replay of the whole scene with the music actually timed to go with the scene. The last few notes of the music score are timed when he eats the ice cream cone. All clever and only because of that 68,000 processor. And now I'm going to show you how I play this game to get to the level. No, I can't play it, but he can. So now, Jason.
Normally, Todd's better at eating the food than actually throwing it.
Got that right. Look at that. You don't get that gut by not eating.
That's a happy gut.
Look at those chins.
Anyway, watch Jason play this game. You have to eat the pies, or grab the pies, and then throw them at people. Now, the instant replay is triggered if you have close calls. Jason had no close calls there. The first couple levels, there's not going to be a whole lot. But if you, now that was a close call. I only have one latch, so it's a little, I've had both latched, it would be a little, I don't think that'll qualify for either. But every time the chef comes up, he leaves a hole behind. See those little divots? You can fall into the hole, and so can the chef. He'll come up and down. As soon as you have enough of each scene, you're welcome. See, notice every time you hit a chef, you get an extra 100 points. So obviously it's important, but you got to eat the ice cream cone before it melts. I'm good at that anyway. You know what? My ice cream cones never melt when I'm eating them. Let me got you. And you got a nice food fight there, as you see. That food fight will come up soon. If we have to, we will dissolve into a scene that has one. Remember, it's random and it's based on how many close calls you have. So he actually has to get to the cone and eat it for that to qualify as a close call. As you can see, there's more chefs and more aggravation, and they're moving a lot faster. See, wasn't it clever of me to have Jason play this thing? I'd say we have some pretty... Oh, maybe. Come on, let's see. Do we have an instant replay? No! Still not. Not good enough. Oh, you got an extra man. That's good news. Jason, if you don't get one soon, I'm going to fire you. Well, we can't have this video. Oh! Yeah, we got loaded with fruit on that one. Now this is assorted fruit. Level 7, you can see, keeps track of your levels here in the lower right corner, how many men are left. And I didn't latch the control panel down, so that's why it's so noisy here. That was close. Yes, here we go. Your cell phone does this now, but remember, this is a 1983. And remember, they timed it that the music will actually end. Look at that. They timed the music so as you eat the cone, that finished it. Pretty nice, huh? I think it's time for Jason to get back to work. Get back to work! He's working on Street Fighter. It's coming.
Well, you can't do it, so he's got to do it.
Somebody's got it. And you know what else? We're going to do video. We're doing the Astro Blaster. You're going to see the Black Widow today. And you're also the Spy Hunter. There's half of it without any of the artwork on it. We have brand new artwork for the Spy Hunter cockpit. And Chris is working on Astro Blaster. Fighter pilots needed in sector wars. Play Astro Blaster. This has got to be my favorite video game. I'm not kidding. I have my own cabaret of this. Fantastic game, but it's pretty cruddy. But this was in a private home for many years. It's got 39,000 credits on it. So this game took in 10 grand for the owner of it. And look, the cabinet is actually beautiful before we've touched it. Wait until you see this finished. So watch for it soon. How about buying a real arcade game for your house? My daughter Tammy will show you all about it.
Have you ever thought of owning your own video arcade game? Well, come to TNT Amusements. We've got plenty of them. We have 100 different machines for sale in our Southampton, PA showroom. Where can you find classics like Galaxian and Mortal Kombat, Pac-Man, Space Invaders, Stargate? Oh, and we have pinball. If you get tired of your game, we guarantee you generous trade-in credit. How about buying your very own shuffle bowling alley? Woo! Oh, I love touchscreen games. How about buying your very own bubbler jukebox that holds 500 CDs?
It's electric!
And all of our machines come with TNT Amusements exclusive 5-year service plan. Go to our website for prices and more info, tntamusements.com.
We're in the yellow pages under amusement.
Living is good, isn't it, folks? That's all for now. Good night.